do within the knowledge we already know, not only from the modern times, also from the ancient times knowledge. Okay, so that is my idea of presenting these programs that are called wellness oriented health systems. Two words: to develop, to really put in that wellness oriented systems in place, or turn the existing health systems to recognize prevention is better, health maintenance is better, and more energy should be given to them. Even if you give 1/10 of what we are giving attention to the illness systems, I think we are better off. That means we are going to go and find out where these diseases are starting from, what are the um, really causes, roots of. That's my motto in my practice. The thing was, in medical school we were trained to know about how disease is coming, how disease is progressing, and what is the career before it really affects the human being. And once we know that, then we want to attend to those causes. So that is going to the roots of the illnesses, and not just treating the symptoms, which we do anyway. If somebody comes in pain, we won't let them go into pain too much, right? We will give some pain medication to get it under control, and later on we will see what was the reason and all. So, but of late, what has become was just treat the body and give some symptomatic treatment and send them out without really find out completely, especially with the diseases of civilization due to bad food, lack of exercise, and lack of getting medical help sooner, and also a lot of agitation in the mind, right? Doing stuff, but never attending to our being. Okay, why can't we get it balanced? Why can't we get it so that we can fix the causes much sooner than we allow them to go towards complications and all that, right? Mm. Many of the people, when they become old, they slowly degenerate, and they don't have any life in them. They don't have meaning and purpose in them. They don't have firmness of the body, or they don't have energy in the body. They cannot think very well. They cannot focus very well. They cannot really enjoy their life very well. So that is something we could change. That's my argument. Okay, you don't have to be revolutionary about this, but just be commonsensical. Balance doing on one hand, and also our being on the other hand. If you pay attention to our inner self, of how we are, what kind of habits we developed, what kind of compulsions we developed, what kind of uh, taste related problems, or um, mind getting satisfied with a puff of smoke or a medication or a drug and all that. If we can stay away from that and then really change our lifestyles in a therapeutic way, so that we can repair the lifestyle, so the consequences from the bad lifestyles will go away. Okay, and that's very commonsensical and very easy to do. But these changes have taken some time to get us into this kind of habit. But then you want to change it because that has become so compulsive, it will come and overtake your mind. And you cannot really feel good about it. And then, on the other hand, you feel bad because you may be slightly depressed that you are consuming alcohol, or you're consuming smoking, whatnot, right? So, all I am saying is, when the wellness is your priority, and it made like a more like a thing that we want to do every day because it's common sense, it doesn't allow. So be more smarter about these things and change the habits, but change them for good. It can only be small change you can do, and that could be permanent. For example, you are drinking Coca-Cola, you know, and you are drinking a lot of it over the lifetime. You will definitely provide a lot of calories to the obesity, and also all the toxins you are drinking in the Coca-Cola, the tannic acid and related like that, they are going to harm your health down the line. See, so it's a battle for me to get my staff not to drink soda too much. I don't mind they're doing a small bottle, but they're going to carry the big gulp like this, and then they do two or three of them in a day. That's adds up a lot of calories to them and obesity and all the problems. I talked to them, I got them out of it, but it required small but permanent. The first small change was I want to really have more water than soda. Okay, you can start with that. Then next week you say, I'm going to half of the soda and rest of the half I'll put it with the water and then drink the whole water. Small, but it should be permanent. You can't go back to the full bottle again. Then after a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is, go to 1/4. Then put all the water in the bottle and then drink the 1/4 of soda with 3/4 of the water. So small but permanent changes. Okay, so sit down with yourself, see, am I doing too much without attending to myself? That is the being. Then you will say, yeah, I kind of wrapped up with all these projects, all these things I have to deliver. Deadlines are there, and my own satisfaction should be there, and all that. Then what happens? Then you will be sucked into that. But instead, take a day off, sit down and evaluate, write it down, and say, okay, these are the habits that could cause me illness down the line. So how do I give them away? First of all, am I ready? Am I going to be suffering if I do this? Then you are ready. When you want to change, don't do a major change. Do a small change that you can do within the time that you set for yourself, and then really respect that for the rest of your life. So if you can do that, like diabetics, they say, I'm going to get up and walk at least a couple of blocks. And diabetics say, I'm not going to eat outside. I'm going to prepare my food, which is going to be healthy, holistic food that I'm going to prepare at home and eat when I'm hungry. That's a small change. You can do that. But if you think about it but never in action, it doesn't matter. But if you think about it and bring it to action every day, then that becomes real easy to do. So think of the system is starting from you, and you could enforce some change in the system by doing these active changes that are known to be healthy. Well, so wellness oriented systems will be doing that, right? So do that. And then as you attempt to change yourself a little bit, it's kind of becomes easy to have a major change down the line. So the thing is, am I doing all doing, or am I attending to the being? And there is a balanced approach. I have to do a job, but I can take some time off from that, or even the evening, and then really clean out my mind, clean out my heart, clean out all the bad habits and all that. You cannot do all of it once. You cannot do all of them in one day, not even 1 year. But you got to have a resolution like I'm going to be living in a wellness fashion. That means I'm going to take care of myself and also take care of my mind, take care of all the things that I'm putting into my body, those kind of things. They should be small but permanent. That is the thing. Suppose you fell off, that's okay. Can you raise back and come back to it? Don't punish yourself. Don't have the resolution like I'm going to be complete out. No, if you do it easily without causing problems, then the system will adapt. Just like you introduce the habits over the years and really entrenched in those habits, you kind of introduce the return to wellness habits. Then small but permanent changes. If you can do that, that will be very good. Say so. In my morning talks, what we have done so far is what are the foundations for this wellness oriented health system. And then we talked about what is the body, how is it, and we kind of tomorrow we're going to talk about how can we bring in ancient wisdom into modern medical practice. So I'm going to relate to you how I did it for my own self and how I'm bringing it to the public, how I'm encouraging whoever I know how to achieve that balance and really know when one thing is going out of whack, another thing is out of whack. Once you understand the systems available, the things you can do, and then, for example, I chose yoga and pranayama and also Vedanta and all that. I don't have to take any medications because my mind is relaxed all the time in awareness, and not a bunch of thoughts going around. I'm focused only on one thing, and I eat when I'm hungry. I sleep when I'm really sleepy, and I train my body for certain system, right? So it becomes easier for me to be attentive all day. It is easier for me to eat when I'm really, really hungry. I drink plenty of water so that I won't be thirsty. So I become thirsty. That means I have missed out on my water record. It could be heat outside. It could be some exercise I did at 3 miles per hour to 4.5 miles per hour on the treadmill. I may be sweating a lot. Fine, that's a good thing. Let me be sweat, but let me replace. So just being aware of what is going on with us, not in a obsessive, compulsive, irritative way for other people, but just be aware. Okay, that is our natural thing, by the way. Thinking is not natural, but aware is the natural thing. Get into that mode, and then you'll be happy. Okay. So what happened so far was we argued the case of wellness oriented system, not just for only the patients and doctors, but also everybody involved in running the healthcare systems, the administrators, the insurers, the executives, the everybody, politicians, and all that. They have to realize the way we are going with the illness oriented and waiting on the people to get ill and come and then treat, and then they are never fixed. Okay, and because they go out, they are eating the same restaurant food or fast food, or they are not eating a proper balance of the what we have to eat, and they have become very sedentary, and they're not changing their sedentary habits. That kind of simple awareness of what is happening, where you're going. Why do you have to be occupied with a thought all the time, right? So dump it. Suppose I see somebody who is injustice to me, and then they end up playing their race card or whatever. Why do I have to keep that in my mind? That's his problem. He may have his own prejudices. That is his weakness or whatever it is. His problem. Why do I have to carry that? So you say I'm superior than you just because I have this. Fine, feel that. Be in that illusion. Who cares? So that's it. So Buddha taught me this. It is the first arrow which is from the world comes to us and gets disease, death, anything. But then it is the second arrow of my reaction. That's my problem, and I can control that. That's the only thing I can control that. Once you have that attitude, then whoever throws an arrow at you, you will be indifferent to that because I'm peaceful and jolly and happy. Why should I care somebody is saying something else? I'm not doing anything to harm people. I'm doing everything in the right. So why should I bother about it? They can have their own prejudices. They can hold opinions. They may do that with their own spouse and everybody too. But that is the mind working. But we have to see beyond the mind what this being is. Because I focus on that, the other things do not really matter. You know so after we laid the foundations, we talked about how Newtonian physics, on the basis this reductionist medicine is practiced even now. They only think of body as a mechanical body that has to be, but then our body is all not only just physical body. we have an energetic body, we have a mental body, we have intellect, and we have a happiness maya, like a ananda, they call it jolly. That those things are our mind. So mind is not just this one, but also our body, mind, with ideas, intellect, and also emotions and the spirit. Right. Once you understand this integrative approach in the quantum mechanics, where it considers human body is just a energy conglomeration, accumulation, and we're all equally there, right? Once you understand that, then you manage your energy better by understanding how to think, not to think wastefully, and then waste your energy in empty thoughts, gossip, and all that. Okay, so there's a lot of training for that. That's fine. But the concept is, if you are started the medicine at Newtonian physics, which is mechanical model, we have traveled a lot in our understanding of the life and also the quantum mechanics, right? They say it's not just mechanical; it is dynamic. It is energy body, and you got to understand that. There are so many people developed their own systems, like Reiki, yoga, Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, all these things, only examples. There are so many other that they developed a system which will help us to be well in the long run, right? So tomorrow we're going to talk about, okay, now we say quantum mechanics says the whole person you have to treat. Then the you say the ancient wisdom has it. What are they? How are they incorporated into your practice? That kind of thing we are going to talk about tomorrow, and I will be happy to report how many things we have that can help us with non-invasive, not costly, commonsensical. Person can do it by himself and see the benefits in his own body and mind and all that. So that's what we are going to talk about tomorrow, on the ancient wisdom incorporated into modern medicine. Okay, that's the topic I'm going to introduce you to systems that I know, and I have worked with, and I'll give you simple but permanent changes that you could make according to that wisdom of ancient they had. See, you have to see common people, regular workers, and people may not be paying much attention to these inner dimensions, deeper dimensions, or much more really deep things that human being may have, and then suggest ways not to accumulate the trends inner wise over the long period of time. That people are sleeping on. That's why let us awaken them. Let's put it out there. Maybe something will touch somebody, and then they'll have it. Um, I don't expect many people to come and follow it. It's not that easy to do that. But I don't expect many people not wondering about it. The commonsensical question is, why are we spending so much money for healthcare? What is it with all the scientific achievements and knowledge and everything is there? Why our population is not a healthy lot? Mostly chronic disease driven, and mostly people are invalids after certain age. Why can't we be like yogis who are living up to 105 years, looks like 50-year-old? Why can't we look at the worker in Africa who is climbing the trees, and then when he comes out, they think he's a 30-year-old kid, but he's 86-year-old kid. So it is kind of how you not lose the body intelligence. Okay, your cognitive is only function. That's not intelligent. You got to calm your cognitive rust and cognitive um, uh, noise, chatter. Then only you can come upon the intelligence that you have, which is natural, which is compulsive, and which is something you can bank on. Right? Are you touching it? Are you able to think for yourself? Are you able to perceive that this health system is illness is not adequate, is not really helping the health cost to go down and then improve the health of the patients and reduce the suffering? From my viewpoint, from where I am standing, it's not. Say, chronic diseases are getting the outcomes worse and worse and worse. Incidence of mental health going up and up and up. Okay, relationship problems going up and up and up, kids committing suicide going up, you know, obesity is happening at a much earlier age and is going up. i can I can quote several things for you like this. Okay, but we have very good system that can tackle acute condition, do a surgery, do a prosthetic, and so many things we can do. We can transplant to kidneys. Now they found it from the pig, they can transplant. So there are so many good things are happening because the technological leaps we have, right? There's no genome, antibiogram. All these things are pretty important and we should be considering that. But as the technology breakthroughs, as the sophistication is happening in treating diseases, we are not doing anything really to stop the origin of those diseases, and then also fix them so much that we can go, but not like you can fix it by yourself. The patient and the physician has to enter a relationship where the continuous constant communication happens, and also the physician is serving the patient for their welfare. Okay, that's how I feel. That's why I thought this sessions are very important and needed. So I'm going to present whether somebody considers it important or not is up to them. You know, the management and the people, both of them should be, uh, understanding what the thrust of this series is and use it and tell other people and make them consider it. All those things can happen. Okay, I'm glad I can communicate with so many people sitting in my house, right? So it's a wonderful chance for me to spread this word around and make people start thinking, and then once they find the truth about what's happening with them and what they can manage, if they have doubts about certain things, they can reach out to me. There are wonderful coaches on the app now. You can talk to them independently, like a nutritionist or like a somebody helping you to be fit, or somebody helping you to really sleep better. I can do my contribution, and or I can share what I know. I never held anything anyway. Um, that's why my mind is light. I don't have the weight of keeping it inside. But lots of times, what happens is that people may not understand these things because they're not thinking that deep. Why should you have a simple short answer right away? Why can't you bend your mind and then listen to something and then go deeper? That is what we did, right? Scientific quest happened like that. Spiritual quest happened like that. Anything good, you got to pay attention and learn from it. Why do it has to be within 7 seconds? What the hell you're going to learn in 7 seconds? You're not going to learn much in 7 seconds. But that is a real that which people are asking. Don't encourage them to get dumber, to get more attention deficit. Help them to keep more attention, help them to concentrate, help them to come out of this drive to stupefying our youngsters, right? So once you listen to that, pass it on and let them understand too. So that's what I wanted to say. Another few minutes, I'll be half an hour, and I spoke about 25 minutes so far. So if you want to come and engage me in any kind of conversation you want, I will be here. Otherwise, I will close this place and then I'll go and do my stuff. You can enjoy a movie this night because I've been working all day today, and that was good. And that been useful for some people. That's good too. Okay. Uh, why? Tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I'll be talking about ancient wisdom in modern practice. How can we integrate it? Thank you. Okay.